Hi guys, we are picking up on page 14 of our News2You 2020 graduation ceremonies article. So just to recap before we go in and pick our pictures about the article that we read, we talked about how schools are trying to find ways to celebrate their seniors, even though that they aren't able to currently have graduation ceremonies. So some schools are having an online graduation, or some schools are waiting until the summertime in hopes that they can hold a graduation then. We talked about the fact that podcasts are up right now with famous people that have made commencement speeches for graduating seniors. Sometimes seniors can either be talking about high school or college. And we also talked about how when seniors finish school, they might go on to a new school, or they might start a new job, or they might go into the military. So now we're going to go through and we're going to pick the pictures that have to do with our graduation ceremonies, okay? So we have in this line, we have speech, seniors, cap, and boat. So we talked a lot about seniors, how they're the ones graduating. We talked about the fact that seniors might wear a cap and gown in their videos or the drive-through ceremonies, I forgot about that, and that there are speeches for them. But we did not talk about anything to do with boats for the seniors. So our next row, we have graduation ceremony, NSEX, school, and together. So, I mean, we've been talking about graduation ceremonies. It's in the title. So we're going to circle graduation ceremony. But we did not talk about NSEX. I mean, unless you're somebody that likes insects or any of that stuff, you probably don't want those at your graduation ceremony. And then we've talked about how schools, they're graduating from high school or college, and that we would like to have a ceremony where everyone can be together, ideally. So our next row, we have mud, podcast, different, and graduate. So we definitely do not want mud at a graduation ceremony. That would not be fun. But we talked about how there are famous people that put together speeches on a podcast for the seniors, that this year graduation ceremonies are different, and that graduation ceremonies are when people graduate from school. And our last row here is gown, celebrate, sleeping bag, and online. So just like the caps, seniors might wear gowns in their videos. We're trying to find ways to celebrate our seniors, but we don't have anything to do with sleeping bags right now. And that some graduation ceremonies are online. So we're going to go through and we're going to review it. So what is our paper about? Did we talk about Amy Bockerstedt's foundation, growing food at home, or 2020 graduation ceremonies? This week we have talked about graduation ceremonies. So who do schools want to celebrate? Seniors, architects, or spies? Well, we're celebrating our seniors. So where are seniors graduating from? Schools, restaurants, or factories? That's right, they're graduating from schools. And where are some schools having their graduation ceremonies? Underwater, in space, or online? Yeah, they're having it online, just like some of our classes. And so what are usually in May or June? Winter dances? No, because it's got winter in there. Graduation ceremonies or football games? So football games are normally in the fall, so we're going to circle graduation ceremonies. And what do people give at graduation ceremonies? Do they give presentations, speeches, or tests? That's right, they give speeches. I would not want to test at graduation. Usually you're already done with all your tests, and that's why you get to graduate. So we're going to come down and we are going to do our crossword puzzle. So our first word across is podcast. So we have P-O-D-C-A-S-T. And then I'm going to find 4 across to write celebrate. So C-E-L-E-B-R-A-T and E. I'm going to find 5 across to do school. So S-C-H-O-O-L. And then I'm going to find 8 across to do seniors. So S-E-N-I-O-R-S. And it looks like 8 or 9 across will be different. So D-I-F-F-E-R-E-N-T. Okay, so then we're going to do down. So 2 down is speeches. So we have our S, so we need a P. We already have 1 E, so we need E, C, H, and then an E, and we have our S. So we have speeches. So 3 down will be graduate. So we need to do G, R. We already have the A. So D, U, A, T, E. So 6 is going to be caps and 7 will be online. So we need an A and a P for caps. And then we'll do 7 down for online. So we have the O, so we'll do N, L. We have the I, N, another N. Then E to spell online. So we're going to come through and we're going to do our Sudoku. We're going to number our pictures 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that's a 2, that's a 3, that's a 1, that's a 2, that's a 1, that's a 4, that's a 4, and that's a 3. So I'm going to look in this box here. So remember, each box is going to have the numbers 1 through 4, and each row will have to have numbers 1 through 4, but no numbers can be the same. So here we see that this row already has the number 1, and our box is missing the 1 and the 4, so this will be our 1, which means 1, 2, 3. The 4 will go here. When we look at this row, we have 1, 2, 3, and we'll add the 4 there. And in this row, we'll go 1, 2, 3 to the 4. So if we go down, we see here we have 2, 3, and 4. So we need a 1. So we see here in this box, we have a 1, 3, and a 4. So we need to add our 2. Going across this way, we have a 1, a 3, and a 4. So again, we're going to add 2. And then in this box, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and there is one last box. So when will you graduate? So I'm not graduating anytime soon, but I'll put, I graduated, helps if I spell things correctly, graduated college in 2014. Who is your favorite school leader? You know, I think he retired, but my favorite school leader was one of my college professors. His name was Dr. Emiliano Ayala. He was the perfect blend of special education law and Marvel comic nerdiness, and still was a pretty cool dude. So I'm gonna put Dr. Emiliano Ayala, but you guys can put whoever you want there. And then for me, what will you celebrate this year? And I'm gonna put the end to the 2020 school year. Well, 2019 to 2020 school year. Okay, guys, I can't wait to read your guys' responses and keep up the good work.